Prostate cancer is the #1 most commonly diagnosed male cancer in America. Right now, there's a nationwide movement to bring awareness and to save lives in the process. Joining me today is Gabe Canales, founder of the Blue Cure Foundation. I know you're traveling the country. Thank you so much for stopping by. You were just 35 when you were diagnosed a couple of years ago. You were shocked.
I was shocked, and you know, we're raising awareness this month, but what are we raising awareness of? I'm an example that prostate cancer is not just an old man's cancer, and I want viewers to know that prostate cancer prevention begins when men are boys. We need to start at a much younger age because the impetus for a lot of our cancers start with dietary and lifestyle habits that are formed at a much younger age. But it doesn't matter how old you are to begin those habits, but it is better to start at a much younger age.
Do you find that it's difficult to change people's perspective about prostate cancer? Because even now, the screenings tend to start on average at a much later age,
Sure.
Certainly not 35.
The American Cancer Society encourages men to get screened at age 55, African American at age 45, unless you have a family history of prostate cancer. I had no family history of prostate cancer or any cancer, and mine was caught through an inadvertent test. So when people see me on camera, when they see me in person, they're shocked to know that I live every day with prostate cancer. It's localized right now, but my message to men and their caregivers is if I can have it, you can have it too. And if you're in your 20s, if you're in your 30s, what can you do right now? Engage in preventative dietary and lifestyle habits.
Talk about that, because you
Sure.
say diet is important,
It is.
and that's something that young children can obviously do as well, participate in. Why is diet so key?
Okay, well, think about it. By the time I was 35, I've estimated that I had 35,000 meals with hormones, antibiotics, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, larvicides. #1, go organic. It's important that we think about getting good, wholesome food that's organic. I would also encourage your viewers to have more cruciferous vegetables. It's known that broccoli, kale, cauliflower, things like that are really good for prostate cancer prevention. I've had to lower my consumption of meat in general, but my doctors specifically asked me to not have any more red meat. Now, you might have some viewers that don't like that, but if you do have red meat, a great anti-cancer approach to that is to have grass-fed red meat. But because of my cancer diagnosis, my doctor said, I don't want you to have any red meat. But, you know, if you are going to have grass-fed red meat. But just that right there, those are a few tips on dietary approaches. Also, try to really limit your amount of processed foods and your sugar consumption.
I know your story is part of a much bigger documentary that's coming up.
Sure.
You're featured in it. It's an anti-cancer documentary. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's A Matter of Life, and that's the movie, and it's by Academy Award nominated producer Megan O'Hara. And she is doing a documentary that will serve as an inspiration because it's based on the life of Dr. David Servan-Schreiber, who wrote Anti-Cancer. It will interview world-renowned cancer experts and I think really show people how to prevent cancer in the first place or really lower their chances of developing cancer.
You are so outspoken about this. What would you tell to people sitting at home watching your story, listening to your story right now, saying this is a disease that happens to other people because maybe I am healthy, I eat well, and I have no cancer history?
Yeah. Well, again, I'm an example. I mean, I'm a pretty athletic guy. I don't look sick, though I'm tired. But, you know, this is something that will, in America, 1 out of every 2 men will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. 1 out of every 3 women. Everyone knows someone with cancer. So I want people to be mindful. Take a proactive approach. Cancer, we have to have awareness campaigns that just aren't symbolism. We actually have to be empowered and do things in our life which can lower our chances of getting it in the first place.
I think you're definitely getting that message out today. Before you go, Gabe, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you asking. I've got to be on top of it, but thank you.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Appreciate it.
Good luck. For more information about Blue Cure, please go to our website, KOMO-news.com, and click on KOMO 4 TV. A local woman says